I'm about to feed them to the sharks right now. Get them hype right now. Yeah. You know the ground is up. Yeah. Everybody that trains, you know the game. Yeah. So let's get it. Slap it up, bump it, and roll. Hey. Yeah, that's the way that it goes. Ain't no better way to better yourself in this game. You're feeling the growth. That's time on the mat. We put in the work. Believe it ain't easy, I know. But we train for the love of the game, the love of the art. Now slap it up, bump it, let's roll.
Welcome to episode 77 of the BJJ Campaign podcast. My name is Jeff Boone. I'm an A3 blue belt, 3 stripes.
Phil Kors, A2, blue belt, 2 stripes.
Another week of the academy closed down.
Right. You look like those like apocalypse characters with your beard now.
Yeah, I'm not trimming anything. I'm not trimming my fingernails. I'm not trimming my toenails.
It's a mess.
I'm trimming my beard. Not doing any manscaping. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's nuts. See
Literally.
what I did there?
So we talked to Schluty, our boy Doug Schluter.
Right.
Some would call him Schlutebahn, but that's a Schlutterbahn. It's a water park in Texas. Nice one too, from what I hear. But he asked the question. He said, "What does it take to set up a home gym to train?"
Right.
And he's lucky enough to where his young daughter Brookie has a lot of, at least a few years of jiu-jitsu training under her belt, so they could train together while at home. Especially now since she's gotten into hockey more than jiu-jitsu and kind of stopped jiu-jitsu, maybe that'll rekindle her flame for jiu-jitsu. So, recommendations, Phil, on how to set up a training area?
You just need a carpet. I've been telling you this for months.
Yeah, that's what you say, but that is incorrect.
Just a carpet.
That is incorrect. You can do it. You can do things just on a carpet. You're right.
Thank you.
If you're looking for something more, Boomer had in his deals of the day for cage side MMA and Toro BJJ. So folks go there if you haven't been there. He has now limited supplies of 100 square feet of mat space. So 10 by 10. Basically, and that's good for solo. I think you get 1 or 2 people on there doing drilling technique.
I feel like you're going to cover your whole garage in like 6 months from now with all these mats people are going to be selling on like Facebook Marketplace really cheap.
Oh, 100% I'm buying them. Yeah.
When this is all over. And
whenever the market's low.
Whenever he needs to get rid of these mats. Yeah.
Yeah. It's only a smart thing to do. So I ended up buying, I've got the 12 by 13 mat out there in my garage now, which we may or may not have done any training on. I mean, I wouldn't recommend that, but 12 by 13, I got another 200 square feet. So that's going to be approximately 350, 360 square feet of training space. That's about, it's a good section of the garage. It's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice little corner.
Yeah. I've already got everything cleared out in there. Boom. So, got that on the way. Looking forward to that. But you don't have to do that. Literally, I don't know that there's anyone out there. The first set of mats, the 12 by 13 that I got for like, I think $150 off of Craigslist. It was some guy bought it for his kids for wrestling mats and they were done wrestling. And so he sold it super cheap. I did that same search again on Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist whenever, at the very beginning of this whole thing.
Yeah.
Right? There was not shit on there. Nothing.
There will be.
There will be. And I'll be there. I'll be ready.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of mats for sale pretty soon.
But I'm going to be picky too. They've got to be red.
Are the other ones going to be red?
Yeah. Yeah, he had black, blue, or red. And possibly gray. But I think it was just black, blue, and red.
That's interesting. You went with red.
Well, my mat was red. Why wouldn't I go with red?
Paint your mat.
Jesus. This is the worst idea I've ever.
I've got more.
Terrible. Yeah. Oh, I know you do.
Yeah, I got a
Believe
lot.
me, we're going to talk about that. And first off, just as a disclaimer, two things. First thing, there's not a whole lot of jiu-jitsu to talk about right now, so this podcast might be a little shorter than normal. We're a little later than normal as well. You know, things going on, obviously. Phil and I have our social distancing down. We took a measuring stick, we put blue tape on each side, and he is not to come any closer than 6 feet to me.
Yeah, they've got the arms on the table that extend out from the microphone, so we're good.
and so we're gonna say, I'm gonna say that first thing, which was this is probably gonna be shorter than normal, and the second thing is that we don't know anything about. Well, I'll take that back. We have very limited knowledge of what's going on with this coronavirus, COVID-19. I've had about 5 hours of podcasts, which includes the 2.5 hour one that Joe Rogan, that guy that was on from Minnesota, the professor. That was
Did you watch
there.
that one? I didn't watch that one. Now that seemed like a panicky
that dude
one.
Was a total panic. Yeah. It's inducing fear. Yes.
Yeah. When I see people, when I see the caption of you should really check this one out, I'm like, yeah, no thanks.
Yeah, no.
I don't think I need a part of that one. We'll see what happens.
It was not great. And then the Freakonomics radio one from Radio Lab, which are two trusted podcasts of mine that I like for actually good information, not like CNN, Fox News, things that are trying to keep people in the house.
Yeah.
Because when they're in the house, they actually watch more news and it actually benefits their business.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah.
I don't know who Freakonomics is, though.
Freakonomics, it's I think it's part of the Radio Lab system. Really good podcast.
Okay.
Much better than this one, but how about you, Philly? Where are you getting most of your information?
Do it on the social medias, on the webs. It's got a lot of friends who are virus experts.
Really?
Yeah.
Really, on Twitter or what?
Twitter, Facebook, all of them.
They are?
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's where I get all my info from. The key is to follow people who think this is the end of the world and people who think it's not a big deal. And then you just kind of guess in the middle. I got one person telling me that I should still be wearing a mask no matter what. And the other one saying there's going to be 20 people who die and they were going to die anyway. Move along. So, who knows? It's somewhere in the middle.
I think that's a terribly flawed way of getting information about anything.
Not true.
I mean, and probably how 90% of the people get their information.
What was the last thing people were freaking out about before this?
Gender issues? Maybe?
Wasn't there another big thing that was going on recently?
News cycle, man. I don't know.
Okay.
Like what? Like with health?
I don't remember. I saw somebody bring it up and it was like, oh yeah, everybody was talking about that.
Like SARS?
2 months ago.
Oh,
it was something else. 2 months ago, that was a big deal. And I was like, whatever happened with that? Oh, for example, do you remember and I'm the worst to come up with these, but net neutrality? Do you remember that argument? Everybody was like, oh, this is going to end the internet and everything else. And everything's going to cost $1 billion.
Yeah.
Whatever happened?
It doesn't happen because that kind of stuff doesn't happen.
Did it go through? Are we podcasting through the neutral net?
Yes.
That's crazy.
So. Yeah. Yeah.
I still don't know how it works, but just random events that everybody talks about and is the biggest
Y2K.
deal. Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah. I don't know. It's
Everything,
crazy.
the world's going to end. That was a big mass hysteria, but they didn't actually do anything about it.
Yeah. It was I was 12.
I know, but didn't you get that freak out? Didn't you think? I would have thought you as a young, small 12-year-old would have been like,
no, because it was I didn't really everybody was like, all right, let's see what happens.
everything blows up.
I remember where I was. I was at a family friend's house. I remember where I was that year, but I'm just yeah, that's funny. Yeah,
it's hilarious. So we're going to look back. Here's the thing about these types of things. And sorry, we're straying off of jiu-jitsu, but again, we don't really
people need my worldview.
Yeah. I don't know if they really need that or not. I don't think they need either of our worldviews. But we're going to say it because guess what? It's our podcast. And we will say it. But I was talking to one of my friends that I work with, and you know, there's so many positives, you know, from what I do in a sales perspective. Obviously, I'm not out calling on customers right now, right? I'm not going to the hospitals. That would be very insensitive of me to go to the hospitals. However, it's opened up a new realm of virtualizing a process that in the past was very manual. And some would say, and I'm one of those, that reach and touch and actually going out and seeing those individuals is a necessity. But here's the thing. I don't know if that's my old school being saying that just because I've got that predisposition, or if it's actually true. You know, so I've had confirmation bias for a number of years because I have been successful in the sales career. Mm-hmm. And it has been by going out and seeing people. Yeah. However, now in this new environment where I'm doing a lot more virtual meetings on great new platforms. By the way, I don't know what Zoom stock is right now, but it's had to have skyrocketed, right? It hasn't?
I don't think so. Not really. Not
really?
Last I looked at it.
It will afterwards.
Because I thought
it will afterwards.
I thought it was going to. And
oh, did you bet the margins on that?
Man, I thought it was going to.
You
but
didn't?
No.
You didn't gamble on that one?
No, not that one.
But there's, you know, every bad situation has a good situation come of it, and some good come of it. And what the good might be is that we might notice that we have more efficient ways to do things, to work, to train, to do other things, to give value added offerings like what John and Charlie are doing for us with offering the Zoom meetings where they can do two-way, where they can actually do a virtual classroom. Obviously, the best way to train jiu-jitsu is with partners and in the academy. But to have those value-add services that really show that you care about your team, your academy, your customers, so to speak, that's an important thing and something that kind of comes out of this whole thing.
Yeah.
Why are you laughing?
Because me and Jeff have actually, because it's so intense, we actually just open up Zoom and we have been flow rolling back and forth on Zoom, and it's no different than when we actually flow roll in class. So,
in our separate households, that is, folks. And by the way, those are the best videos. The best ones are the judo ones. Have you seen the judo ones where they're across the mat from each other, like 15 feet from each other, and they're doing the lift and the tug, and then they do the throw, and the other guy does the flip and the ippon, and they're not even touching? That's hilarious. And then the other YouTube one was the guy doing an armbar on the other guy. So they were flow rolling 20 feet from each other, and then the other guy goes and you see them. It's really good. They're like moving around, transitioning. They planned it out, choreographed it really well. And then the guy goes and he gets behind him, has his back, and then does an arm bar, and you see the other guy go put his arm aside and tap real quick. Hilarious.
It's funny.
That's something good coming out of this whole thing.
Yeah. No, I think there'll be a bunch of good stuff that comes out of it. There always is. People figure out new, better ways to do stuff every time, but I'm ready to move on from it.
Yeah.
Not the topic, the situation. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think everybody is. I mean, you know, just as a mention, if you're out there looking for content, I mean, what BJJ Fanatics has 42% off of everything.
I think that ends right now.
All of their instructionals, it probably is ended by the time we do this.
Yeah.
And they're still Danaher's is still free.
Yeah, and
the solo drilling.
Bernardo was giving away a free one. I don't know if that's still going on. James Klingerman's doing a free seminar tomorrow.
That's right. He did a Zoom seminar. I haven't watched. He already did it.
Tomorrow.
Oh, is it?
I'm pretty sure it's live. Like it's a Zoom.
Is it tomorrow Zoom?
Yeah, I believe so.
Ooh, okay.
It's Saturday. Yeah, I'm 99% sure he's doing it live.
Is it Saturday or Catterday?
I don't know yet. So I'm assuming people would be able to like ask questions and stuff. I don't know. I haven't.
If it's Zoom, I would assume so. I mean, I would think he was going to mute people until he asked for questions.
Yeah, everyone except Jack, obviously.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
For those of you that don't recall, episode 38, I think is what Jack was on, or somewhere around there, origin episode. The only white belt, he was a first degree at that time. Yeah. First degree white belt, I believe, Jack Davenport. And he asked a question and then proceeded to correct the, fourth degree black belt, James Klingerman.
I think third.
No, I thought he just got his fourth.
I don't know, maybe.
Did he not? Third. Whatever, third or fourth degree black belt. He then moved the leg placement of where James said to correct what he was doing during the correction. That was the funniest thing ever.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Yeah. So, other things to think about. I mean, I know this is something that you've done, and that is to really tighten up your diet.
Yeah.
Whenever we've got these breaks.
There's no rules during quarantine. I found there's no rules.
It's like the Thunderdome.
Yeah. Yeah. You can just pretty much eat whatever you want. Yeah. Quarantine cookies have been a thing.
QC quarantine cookies.
I'm 153 pounds.
Still?
Dude, I've
ate a whole bag of cookies?
Well, they come in boxes, not bags.
Whatever. I don't eat cookies.
And I've had 4 of those boxes.
How many cookies in a box?
24.
So you've had 96 cookies.
Well, no, some of those were 13, but they were bigger cookies. So, you know.
Yeah.
And the gallon of ice cream.
Yeah. Sounds good.
153 pounds. It doesn't, I can't put the weight on. I don't
understand it.
I can't put the weight on. Even if I eat whatever. I don't know. But I feel great because I've done 0 jiu-jitsu. So nothing is sore. So that's a positive.
That is a positive.
Yeah.
Ribs, none of that?
Nothing.
Good?
Nothing hurts.
You done any strength training at all?
Just the cookies. I did
2-ounce
one.
Girls putting cookies up your mouth. Then progressively less weight, 2 ounce.
Yep.
1 ounce.
Yep.
0 ounce.
Yeah. Super sets, I believe those are called.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's called.
I did one workout in 2 weeks.
Let's talk about that because I think it's important. I think it's important for the audience to know, too, is, whenever this whole pandemic hit and things were canceled and tournaments were canceled, it kind of canceled your motivation, didn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. It is funny too, because I'll see other people talking about this is a good opportunity to you've never had more time to work out and get in shape and stuff, and I'm like, I'm just gonna use this as a break from all that. So I've done probably what you shouldn't do.
Yeah, you're the poster child for exactly what you shouldn't do.
Don't do this.
100%.
Don't do what I'm doing. I'm really bad at balance.
Yeah,
it's kind of all or nothing on most things.
Sure.
The tournament's getting canceled kind of killed it.
Killed your motivation because you didn't have your goal that you were working toward, right?
Yeah. So,
do you want to share with the audience,
right?
The goal. I mean, it's
really
probably a good time. Yeah, no.
So we were going to do Worlds this year, Master Worlds in August. And that's a big reason why I wanted to compete every month, at least once. And I thought that would help me, because my issues always, in my opinion, the biggest hurdle for me is mental and grips and the anxiety before a match. Mm-hmm. Just wanted to get as much time in the environment as possible. And they're just, all canceled now for the next foreseeable future. And everything I had been doing from a couple 2 days, usually once a week, and then 6 or 7 days of training was things that went wrong in the last competition and things I wanted to get ready for the next one with 3-4 weeks in between each one. Now those are gone. And there's no classes either. So I just felt like I was ready for a little bit of a break without that
virtual
push.
classes.
Yeah, no, there are. And I think everybody should be doing those.
Yep.
You know,
Agreed.
I was just personally, I guess, ready for a little bit of a break, and then I'm gonna again. I don't do balance good.
Yeah. So just to kind of recap and share with the audience, Phil and I made a conscious effort back in December whenever we were going over our goals. We left one of those goals out, and that was competing in Master Worlds this year because for a couple of reasons. I think, I don't know. What were the reasons?
Every time I talk about goals I'm going to do, I never accomplish them.
Right.
Part of the thing with the podcast is I do have to talk about stuff. Otherwise, the podcast sucks.
Right.
But the more I talk about something, I seem to never do it. I really wanted to leave that one out. And if it happened, great. I talk about it. Either way, obviously we were going to talk about it, especially leading up to it in a couple weeks beforehand. There would be not much else to talk about because that's kind of all I would be focusing on. But yeah, so most of the large things in my life, I notice the more I talk about it, the less action I actually take. And if I just kind of shut up and work towards stuff, it seems to go a lot better. And that's what I had been doing. So
along that vein, I kind of realized this whenever we talked about it, and because I didn't have a desire to compete, more than once or twice a year, but I wanted, like, this is kind of what you do for teammates, friends, other people. I wanted to see you achieve that goal. So I wanted to be along with you on that ride. So that's why it was a goal of mine, is to be along, support, and be there so that we can do the journey together. Because I think it's always funner when you have somebody working, rowing towards the same destination. I think it works better, and we get. The thing is, I know that both of our jiu-jitsu, when we do this and prepare for this, is going to be much better than it was last year. So we're accomplishing our goals.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if the competition aspect of it's secondary to me, and the camaraderie is probably primary, honestly, if I'm looking at it. It's you have different goals for different reasons, and so we wanted to share that with you guys. So hopefully we'll see. I think a few people knew. We weren't like keeping it top secret or anything, but we weren't just talking about it on the podcast. So
yeah, well, we were not going to talk about it to people for a while, and then we just kind of did because it didn't really matter. So not necessarily a secret, but just, again, the more I talk about stuff, the less it seems to actually happen. But yeah, no, I like the competitions. I like the focus and the definite
immediate feedback.
Yeah, of what's working, what's not working, what needs to get addressed next, and forcing myself. And the really cool thing I found once I committed to, and we were going to do Worlds and like sign up and everything else, was the competitions that I was, struggling. I was like, I'm just going to go out there and, like, that's why I tried the takedowns, because it's like, I'm going to just go out there and I don't care if I lose this one. This one doesn't matter. The big one matters, but I still get that competition experience, and it's opening up things that I wouldn't do before. So that was a cool side effect. And I know John's talked to me about that before, because when he said he was training for the big tournaments, he would do one almost every weekend. And, some of his best weekends, he would go out and not even care and, run through a division basically, because you're just out there training, it's not that big mental battle basically before you even get out there. So anyway, I thought that was a cool secondary benefit, I guess, of doing or committing to Worlds, was these other competitions seem to go better after that.
Well, not only that, but I think also the fun part about it is you get exposed to different rule sets too, right?
Yeah.
Not only IBJJF rule sets, but the submission only, the different rule sets for different things. And, in some of those rule sets, it was very shocking to me, there was, you can do toe holds or knee bars at blue belt.
Yeah. That dude, the last competition he put me in a bicep slicer.
Yeah. And
like, let me be honest, I didn't know if it was legal or not.
Yeah.
I was just more focused on getting out of it.
Sure.
But like I checked afterwards, and I was like, yeah, that was legal. So it's a good thing I didn't just kind of
Tap and say
whatever.
he's disqualified.
Yeah.
Which, yeah.
That's not what I would ever do anyway.
Yeah,
I
know.
But
those people are douchebags anyway that do that stuff.
But there's a lot of different rule sets, but I think that is cool, but kind of lost where I was going with that.
Yeah, I don't know either. So let's move on.
Yeah.
Dean Lister has a new leg lock DVD out. Brilliant marketing on his part.
Yeah.
IBJJF legal leg locks, I think is
because every leg lock thing is a no-gi.
Yeah. Interesting. I mean, I kind of feel like we have the secrets behind that anyway because he taught it at Origin Camp.
Mm-hmm. And we all know I never forget anything I've been taught. So I remember it all.
Let's see. Oh, any outside stuff to do with regards to conditioning. This is something I'm hoping to do this weekend. Hope to get out and ride my mountain bike a little bit.
Yeah?
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Where are you going to go?
Maybe either North Mech Park, which has like a 3-mile loop, plenty of, about a 4-mile loop, plenty of social distancing opportunities there. Or I don't know if the Whitewater Center's open.
Yeah, probably not.
I don't know, man. That dude hates the government.
Oh. I've never been there.
You haven't?
No.
Super cool. Really cool. You should go there at some point. But yeah, so things outside, obviously you can still run, you can still stay in shape.
Yeah, and there's a lot of lot of solo drill videos. I have been doing 0 of the things I should be doing, so I'm not going to tell anybody what drills to do, but Dunner posted a video.
Birdman has the Gymnastica videos.
I don't know what that is.
Birdman, BJJ, Henzo Gracie, black belt.
I know what Birdman is. I don't know what the
Gymnastica. It's the one older Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guy who, like, you remember the stuff in Choke that Hickson Gracie was
Never
doing?
saw it.
You didn't see it? Okay. But anyway, the Gymnastica is just kind of, I think it's an offshoot of that where he's basically doing solo drills that will help with Jiu-Jitsu.
Okay.
But really fluid movements.
You should take up b-boy dancing in your time.
Dude, you're probably right. I could probably get some good tips, good YouTube videos on. The audience doesn't understand what you just did there, Phil, because they don't understand how into b-boy dancing that I am and the video rabbit holes that I go down on b-boy dancing.
Yeah. It happens to the best of us.
Yeah, I don't know how you never went down that rabbit hole. I kept trying to send you stuff. It was
terrible.
It was like you sending me TikTok stuff. Is it terrible?
Yeah, I don't know. Molly's still on TikTok hours a day. I don't know. I don't think they're funny anymore.
I couldn't do it.
I don't think they're funny anymore. Some of them are.
They're terrible.
Some of them are really funny.
They're not. Listen, stop it with the cats, all right? The cat ones are not funny.
There's this new trend where when the cat is cleaning itself, the person recording will be like, as they're cleaning, the cats freak out every time.
That would be hilarious.
Fucking hilarious.
That would be hilarious.
That one's really good.
All right, you can send me that one.
So yeah, but still with TikTok, you have to spend the time so it brainwashes you into thinking it's funny. Because once you aren't on the app, it's not funny anymore. That's I haven't watched in a long time.
Yeah, because it's not really funny.
Yeah,
which is what I tried to tell you from the very beginning.
Yeah.
But
might be right.
We've established the baseline that you do not listen to that.
No, I don't do good there.
So now is a great time if you're bored at home, you do have a home mat set up, to get that family member you've been trying to get into the Jiu-Jitsu Academy to maybe try a little bit for a little bit of physical fitness.
Yeah.
Spouse, loved one, kid, whatever. Now's the time. Or if you're a kid and listen to this, I hope you're not listening to this if you're a kid, because there's a lot of adult language. But if you are, try to get your parents into it. You know,
Yeah, that
that
could be one really good takeaway down the line from like the Zoom stuff with people working at home with their kids and whatnot.
Yeah.
Just trying to do the best they can is kind of messing around with it, maybe get more interested.
We could have an influx of new people. That'd be awesome. That would be awesome. So let's see. I don't feel like doing a Gordon Ryan update.
Okay. We missed our opportunity. That was earlier.
Yeah, sorry. If you want a Gordon Ryan update, go to his Instagram. He posted something controversial on training with coronavirus. We're not that controversial here.
Yeah.
Anything else, Philly?
I don't know. We kind of missed a week, which kind of sucks, but is what it is. Everything's I thought it was funny when I looked at the podcast list and the last one was called Everything is Canceled, and then we didn't have an episode for a week.
It was canceled. Brilliant.
Yeah, it worked out pretty good.
Brilliant.
So we're back on track until they tell me I can't leave the house or something.
Yeah.
I don't know how long they're allowed to do that for, but
Listen, we'll create an underground railroad of sorts for podcasting if they don't let us leave the house. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. I'll have to zoom in or something.
This is America, by the way. Mm-hmm. And unless they instate martial law, which relegates us to the house, we're absolutely able to go out of our house and do things that we want to do.
Yeah.
Be responsible with doing it.
The other thing I was laughing at is because in an earlier episode, Jeff said to just tape it if you get the coronavirus.
Again, poor information on my part about ringworm from a previous episode. That's not how you deal with it.
That was one of the times I started laughing in the middle of this episode was when I thought of that. When you get the coronavirus, just tape it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, very good. Philly, tell the folks out there, if they choose to do so, how they can support us.
Just share the podcast. Send it to a friend.
Yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah.
And check us out there. We got a couple new subscribers on that. Instagram, it's kind of hard to take a picture because I'm just at the house. So that's been kind of lame.
Yeah.
I got the whoop, but then I didn't train anymore. So I just posted an update. 95% recovered. Don't expect to ever see those numbers again.
Yeah, 95% recover. And then you got your heart rate up because you were eating cookies. That one that spiked to like 150 because you were eating cookies.
It was first thing in the morning. So you dunk them in the coffee. And it's really good.
Recipe. Yeah, that's your cardio, right? You're getting your heart rate up. It's fine.
That's true. That's true.
And folks, if you're not out there doing something each and every day to make yourself better, get out there and do it. Phil and I choose Jiu-Jitsu. Not this week, but we do normally. We hope you do too.
I'm about to feed them to the sharks right now. Get them hype right now. Yeah. You know the ground is up. Yeah. Everybody that trains, you know the game. Yeah. So let's get it. Slap it up, bump it, and roll. Yeah, that's the way that it goes. Ain't no better way to better yourself in this game. You're feeling the growth. That's time on the mat. We put in the work. Believe it ain't easy, I know. But we train for the love of the game, the love of the art. Now slap it up, bump it, let's roll.